Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching The Political Vigilante. So we're Biden's cabinet, right? So now they're talking Andrew Yang is going to be in Biden's cabinet, right? Some people are like, oh, the progressive. No, it's not going to. Look, I'm glad Yang talked about UBI in the Democratic primary. He brought it. That's a subject we'd only been talking here in indie media, but it wasn't a mainstream talking point until he brought it up in the Democratic primary, and I give him credit for that. And he had some solid debates, but then of course he bails and immediately backs Joe Biden. So that's not going to be, there's not going to be any progressive, anything's going to happen. Even if Andrew Yang legitimately, and Andrew Yang, let's be real clear, he's a tech libertarian. He's a big business guy. Nobody knew who he was until he ran. And now look at where he's getting. He's helping his books, and he's going to be in the cabinet, and okay. He's on MSNBC now. So his little marketing tactic worked. I'm glad he brought up UBI, but even his UBI is still within the framework of free market capitalism that benefits the 1%. It doesn't benefit working class people. But it's good to bring up UBI. So him in the cabinet isn't going to be good. It's not going to be good at all. And they're going to try to feed us bullshit. The corporate media now, this MSNBC put this on Twitter. Don't focus so much on President-elect Biden's cabinet picks to prejudge his foreign policy that they may be centrist, but the goals they're aiming for are progressive. And this is MSNBC, and we're going to go into this article. Go to sleep, progressives. This is the centrist carrot dangling. You know? Because guess what? There's going to be a Republican Senate. So they go, oh, we can't pay the obstructionist Republicans. Remember? They even sold that to liberals, and liberals bought it when Obama had the House and the Senate. But they were like, oh, it wasn't a filibuster-proof Senate, which was bullshit. It was. They're like, oh, so as the obstructionist Republicans, that's why we didn't have free health care. No, Democrats made sure we didn't have free health care. Democrats and Republicans worked together under the Obama years to make sure we didn't have free health care. Because they're both paid by the healthcare lobby and the military industrial complex spends money on MSNBC just like they do on Fox and all that other shit. So when I saw this tweet, I took a lot of time to think about it, and I came up with a very sort of constructive public debate response. I just put ha 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 in all caps. There's no way this is a joke. This is a joke. And it's more like what this title is saying. All the people who are like, don't be critical of Biden. Now's not the time. Oh, we weren't supposed to be critical of him during the primary. We weren't supposed to be critical of him during the general. And now we're not supposed to be critical when he puts together this right-wing, pro-military, pro-oil fracking with Republicans and super right-wing Democrats in his cabinet. And now MSNBC is telling it, don't be so easy. Don't prejudge. Just wait. We're always supposed to wait. I've said this before. Liberals, you are the blockade for us getting actual lefty things. And most of the country wants Medicare for all. They want student debt forgiveness. They want free college. They want to end all these ridiculous wars. We're bringing in a bunch of war hawks to Joe Biden signed the 94 crime bill. Joe Biden was vice president when Obama dropped more bombs than Bush. They're bringing in all these Obama people. It's unreal. It's going to be more war. But let's read the dumb bullshit in this article. Given the challenge of rebooting the nation's operating system after 4 years of President Donald Trump and his haphazard staffing, I am not here defending Donald Trump's cabinet at all. But this notion that everything was so great and then Trump came, come on. When Obama left office, we were bombing 7 countries. Obama dropped more bombs than Bush, and liberals don't want to hear. They'll listen to this at the most. They'll listen to this and go, yeah, the most. And then usually you'll get, yeah, but he was better than Bush. Obama was not better than Bush if you lived in Syria, Yemen, or Libya, countries that Obama bombed that Bush didn't. These are facts, but bombing doesn't bother the liberal because it doesn't happen in their cul-de-sac. It doesn't happen with their nice college degrees. They don't care. So Trump was an awful president, no two ways about it, but so was Obama. So was Bush. So was Clinton. We're all supposed to act like everything was great. Trump was just really dumb and a narcissistic jackass, but he ran on an anti-interventionist campaign that he never upheld. But Trump bombed everybody. Trump gave, I mean, his first pick for Secretary of State is Rex Tillerson. He's been since fired, obviously, but he was from ExxonMobil. Obama's cabinet was picked by Citibank. But MSNBC can't seem to get that information that I can readily get. Anyone with an internet connection and a search engine of any type can find. Unbelievable. So this right there just is maddening, right? It's hilariously insane, right? Trump out, you know, he's putting families in cages at the border. Yeah, that's awful. That's awful. I hope that stops. It's not going to stop by Joe Biden, because you know who built those cages? Obama and Biden. Obama deported 3 million people. But dummy neoliberals who watch MSNBC, they're going to read this bullshit and think, oh. And what this is also saying is centrists who go on social media and get after lefties like me and you for holding Biden accountable, this feeds that just... First, he's got to undo all the problems of Trump, and then maybe we can get some stuff. Oh, it's midterms. We can't do that. Oh, it's 2024. We can't do that yet. These are problems that were there before Trump took office. All the contaminated water, that's because of Trump. No, Flint, Michigan was happening. Obama lied. Drank that water, lied. He lied. He deported 3 million people. He built the cages at the border. He dropped more bombs than Bush. He gave the banks $1 trillion and let 6 million foreclosures happen. 6 million. My home being one of them. So again, this just feeds the stupid liberal, things were great with Obama. Well, at least he was better. And that's all we're going to hear for 4 years. At least Biden, I mean, he's not perfect, but at least he's better than Trump. Better than Trump would be Biden, Trump would be Biden. Fucking idiots. Biden's not exactly what anyone would call a peacenik, but after going on 20 years of constant war, yep, we've been at war in Afghanistan for 19 years. We're going into our 20th year. Yep. Joe Biden, who voted for the war in Iraq. Joe Biden, who voted for the Patriot Act. And all these people he's putting in the cabinet, John Kerry and Casey, all these people who voted for the Iraq war, voted for the Afghanistan war, we're still in those countries. We just had Thanksgiving, record numbers of people for food banks in every city of America. Food banks are like, we've never had this before, ever. Record numbers, but we always got money for war. And MSNBC is going to have us believe that there's some secret progressive agenda coming with all of these like corporate conservative Democrats and then just outright neocons. John Kasich? Mitt Romney. Republicans. They're Republicans. Trump, for all of his misguided logic, wanted to roll back some of the U.S.'s overseas military commitments that have left the armed services stretched thin. All of his misguided logic, whatever, you, MSNBC, with your CIA agents and defense contractor military experts on your show, went after Trump when he wanted anti-interventionism. You went after people like Tulsi Gabbard when she said, why are we invading Syria? Why are we starting another interventionist war? Like friends of mine died in Iraq because she was served in a medic unit. She was a combat officer there. She saw combat, saw awful things in combat. MSNBC went after her for that. They called her an Assad apologist. MSNBC gets money from Raytheon. Look at this Raytheon ad that uses clips from MSNBC. Oh, looks like some cool tech thing. Oh, it must be computers. It must be the new Galaxy. It must be the new iPhone. What is it? 21st century.
We see these beautiful pictures at night from the decks of these two U.S. Navy vessels.
That was the first, when Trump first bombed Syria. That's when MSNBC Brian Williams literally was like, oh, look at these rockets. He like literally had an orgasm watching rockets go kill poor people, rockets that could have been spent to housing for the homeless, schools, all this stuff in America got spent to bomb, right? That's when Fareed Zakaria said Donald Trump became president today, when he bombed Syria in April of 2017. That's the definition to become a president by the corporate media that has ad time bought. Raytheon buys ad time on MSNBC, not because they're going to sell Johnny, you know, average American, you know, husband and wife America, middle Americans rockets. It's like, oh, honey, the new Tomahawk missiles are here. That's not why they do it. They do it to buy influence so that Brian Williams then says crap like this to get Americans to buy it. So this tweet, I just want to give you the history of what this tweet is. It's a history of MSNBC bullshitting and gaslighting you to saying how great war is. And then to lie to you, progressives, and basically kind of subtly tell you, just relax. Don't get so mad. Don't be so critical of Biden's awful right-wing, warmongering, corporate Wall Street cabinet picks. Just sit back because there's this long play. Remember with Obama? Oh, he's playing three-dimensional chess. Just wait till his second term. It's always wait till the general election. And then, okay, Biden won. He won. Okay, don't be so critical of him now. Just wait. Wait till he gets in office. Then, okay. Then we'll, so I'll wait till he gets till January 20th. Then, okay, now we're doing cabinet appointments. I don't want these people in your cabinet. Just wait till the midterms. We got to retake the Senate. I heard this. We retook Congress in 2018. Nothing happened. The democratically controlled Congress has signed off for all of Trump's nonsense. Just wait till 2024. No, the military-industrial complex doesn't want you asking questions. And they pay to feed MSNBC to feed you more nonsense like this.
I am tempted to quote the great Leonard Cohen, I'm guided by the beauty of our weapons.
Guided by the beauty of our weapons. Anybody waiting in line for a food bank?
We are one global team.
Creating trusted, innovative solutions.
To make the world a safer place.
No, you're making the world a worse place. Raytheon, you're evil. And you own MSNBC and all these other networks. Right? So that's what's that. I just wanted to show you that before we go back to this ridiculous article. Trump, for all of his misguided logic, wanted to roll back some of the U.S.'s overseas military commitments that have left armed services stretched thin. So that was when Trump went anti-war, and I didn't like Trump, but when Trump went anti-war, MSNBC and even Democrats and liberals would attack him from the right, saying, oh, he's not war enough. We don't have an anti-war movement in this country other than, like, thank God for Medea Benjamin at Code Pink, but there's not the anti-war movement got put to sleep under 8 years of Obama. He had nice tweets. So when he set the Middle East on fire, liberals didn't care. They put their Obama sticker on their Prius. They get their canvas shopping bag, and they're good. They're good. And now everyone's falling for it again. This is absolutely the time to be critical of Biden's cabinet picks. These are horrible picks. They're horrible. If you call yourself a liberal, so if you're not being critical of these picks, then you're okay with fossil fuel industry. You're okay with bombing poor countries while Americans are starving during a pandemic. You're okay with people dying because they don't have health insurance so that Raytheon can make record profits bombing poor countries. All right, you guys are suckers if you fall for this. And by you guys, I mean the liberals. The vote any blue will do crowd. You guys won't listen. You won't learn. You won't do anything. You know why? You want to know why you won't? Because the media is this powerful. You know who said that? Oh, Malcolm X.
So instead of legislation, in my opinion, it takes education. The whites have to be re-educated so that the racism that they have in their heart can be eliminated, and our people have to be re-educated so that we will know how to do something for ourselves instead of waiting for others to do it for us all the time.
Well, how will that re-education be brought about?
Well, just as in World War II, this country could use its news media to propagandize and make the whole American public love the Germans and the Japanese, rather love the Russians and the Chinese and hate the Germans and the Japanese. And then after the war, they changed it and made the American public love the Germans and love the Japanese, hate the Russians and hate the Chinese, which shows that they can make the American public love whom they will and hate whom they will. And that same process can be used to re-educate the American public and show white people how to love black people and show black people how to do something to stand on our own feet and solve our own problems.
Yeah. During World War II, China and Russia were our allies, and there was movies made and talked about how great their fight. We're helping them. We're fighting shoulder to shoulder against Hitler. And then the minute the war ended, oh, they're evil. This is what Malcolm X is talking about. The propaganda multiplier. I show this to you all the time. So this is the White House, the CIA, and the Pentagon feed these news agencies, AP, AFP, and Reuters. And then this trickles down. There's NBC, which is MSNBC's part of that. So literally, that tweet is coming from up here. It's coming from the war machine. And who really controls this is Raytheon, Boeing, and all those folks, right? Just like Merck Pharmaceuticals and Anthem Blue Cross and all those companies control why we don't have free healthcare in this country. And liberals will fall for it. Liberals will fall for it. Don't be critical of Joe Biden. He's awful. And but Trump, Trump was awful too. I'm glad Trump's gone. He was awful. The whole system's broken. Yeah, but I don't want to hear your but bullshit. If you're not careful, the newspapers will have you hating the people who are being oppressed and loving the people who are doing the pressing. What he's talking about, Brian Williams, I have to quote the great Leonard Cohen, I'm guided by our weaponry. We're the oppressors. The United States empire is the oppressors. And we oppress poor people all throughout the world, and we oppress the American people are oppressed on a daily. That's why there's food lines. That's why people die because they don't have health insurance, because the American empire oppresses its own people and people around the world. But we cheer for them. We cheer for the oppressors. Somebody told me at Thanksgiving dinner, they were like talking about how they were mad at billionaires and their dad got mad at them. Hey, don't be so hard on the billionaires. A working class guy is mad at someone who's critical of billionaires? Unreal. Here's Trump just putting his hand on the orb of the Saudis. Thank God he's gone. Oh no, everybody's done that, gang. Sold weapons to the Saudis, sold weapons to the Saudis, sold weapons to the Saudis, sold weapons to the Saudis. He dropped more bombs than that guy, which dropped more bombs than that guy, which dropped more bombs than that guy. So Andrew Yang's in his cabinet. We're going to finally get a progressive. No. And even if they put Bernie in his cabinet, great. I'd love to see Bernie in his cabinet. It ain't going to change anything. We have to fundamentally get out of this whole corrupt system. That's why we need the People's Party. We need a real third party. We need to get third-party people in all the local government. And also get out of the central banks. Start educating yourself on crypto and Bitcoin. Get educated on that. And get your money out of the banking system to take away their power so they can't keep the war machine going. And Joe Biden's White House is there's going to be more war. We're going to invade Iran or Venezuela. If Trump doesn't invade them first, like we're on the brink of invading Iran again. If Trump doesn't, we will be at war with Iran. If we're not, if it doesn't happen before Biden becomes sworn in, it will within his first year. Trust me. Thanks for supporting the show, everybody. Like, share, subscribe. Support what we do. I don't get money from Raytheon. They don't support this show. Pfizer doesn't support this show. ExxonMobil doesn't support this show. You support the show, and I thank you for it. You guys fund me. You support what I do. like, share, subscribe, all these great ways to support what I do so I can keep bringing you this truth rather than having to read this nonsense on Twitter from MSNBC. Shave your knuckles for justice. You're making Gotham great again. Boom. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button. Go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood and rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, where you can support the show. Also, I have a Bitcoin wallet, a Bitcoin Cash wallet, and an Ethereum wallet in the show notes. We're taking cryptocurrency. I have a Coinbase affiliation link. We're going to be getting on some other exchanges. So that's how you support the show. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. YouTube is unsubscribing us at an alarming rate. I have a PayPal button at GrahamElwood.com. I even have a Venmo at Graham-Elwood. There's a lot of ways to support our show. We are getting crushed by YouTube. We've dipped under 73,000 subscribers because of YouTube. Thanks for supporting what we do.